Hey guys. Army, we need to talk. Because something just happened that honestly caught a lot of people off guard, and at the same time, it reminded everyone exactly why we respect and love these two so much. Yeah, we're talking about Jimin and Jungkook, and the way their bond just got put under a spotlight again, but this time the response we got? It hit differently. It really did. So picture this, a moment that was supposed to be simple, maybe even just another casual interaction, suddenly turning into a full-blown discussion across the community. Not because of anything they did wrong, but because someone, this time not just a random voice but a figure with influence, decided to openly question their closeness. And you know how fast things move in this fandom. One comment, just one, and suddenly it's everywhere. People start analyzing, overthinking, replaying old clips, connecting dots that maybe were never meant to be connected in the first place. And right there, you can feel it, that tension building, that curiosity, that wait, what's really going on, feeling. But here's where it gets interesting, because instead of letting things spiral out of control, instead of staying silent or reacting emotionally, Jungkook stepped in and what he did next. That's what made this whole situation unforgettable. Now, before we even get to his response, let's take a second to really understand why this hit so hard. Because if you've been part of this community for a while, you already know the bond between Jimin and Jungkook isn't something new. This isn't some recent development or something that just appeared overnight. This is years of friendship, years of growing up together, training, struggling, succeeding, failing, side by side. From being teenagers chasing a dream to becoming global icons under the name of BTS, they've literally lived through it all together. And that kind of connection? It shows. It shows in the way they look out for each other, in the way they joke, tease, support, and sometimes even silently understand one another without needing words. It's natural. It's real. And honestly, that's exactly why people notice it so much. Because it doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel like something created for the cameras. It feels human. So when someone suddenly steps in and starts questioning that, it doesn't just feel like a comment. It feels like a challenge, a disruption, something that could easily turn into misunderstanding if handled the wrong way. And that's exactly why so many people were waiting, watching, wondering how Jungkook would respond. And then he did. Not with anger, not with sarcasm, not with avoidance, but with calm, with clarity, and most importantly, with maturity. He didn't try to over-explain. He didn't turn it into a dramatic statement. He simply grounded everything back to what it really is. A genuine friendship. A bond built on trust, respect, and years of shared experiences. And the way he delivered it, you could feel the sincerity. There was no tension in his tone. No defensiveness. Just honesty. And that's the part that hit people the hardest. Because let's be real for a second, in situations like this, it's so easy to react emotionally. It's so easy to feel attacked, to feel misunderstood, to want to defend yourself in a way that shuts everything down. But Jungkook didn't do that. He didn't escalate the situation. He didn't feed into the noise. Instead, he showed control, emotional intelligence, the kind of response that doesn't just address the issue but actually elevates the entire conversation. And Army noticed. Oh, they definitely noticed. Because almost immediately, the reactions started pouring in. Not just relief, but pride. Real pride. The kind that comes from seeing someone you've supported grow into a person who handles pressure with grace. Fans weren't just talking about what he said, they were talking about how he said it. The tone, the confidence, the respect. It felt like watching someone step fully into their maturity, right in front of you. And here's the thing, this wasn't just about defending a friendship. It was about setting a boundary, a quiet but powerful boundary that said, this is who we are. This is our relationship. And it doesn't need to be twisted into something else. No aggression, no confrontation, just clarity. That's rare. And that's why it resonated so deeply. Because in a world where everything gets analyzed, exaggerated, and sometimes even misunderstood, seeing someone stay grounded like that, it's refreshing. It reminds you that not everything needs to be turned into speculation. That some things are exactly what they appear to be, genuine, simple, and real. And let's not forget Jimin in all of this. Because even though the spotlight in this moment was on Jungkook's response, the foundation of it all still goes back to their connection. The trust they have in each other. The understanding that no matter what people say, they know what their bond means. And that kind of mutual respect? It doesn't just happen. It's built. Over time. Through experiences. Through moments both big and small. And honestly, that's what makes this story so powerful. It's not about controversy. It's not about rumors. It's about growth. It's about seeing someone handle a sensitive situation with dignity. It's about watching a friendship stand strong even when it's being questioned. And it's about this community recognizing and appreciating that. But here's a question for you guys, and I really want you to think about this. What if the response had been different? What if Jungkook had reacted emotionally? What if he had ignored it completely? Would the outcome feel the same? Would the message be as strong? Probably not. And that's exactly why this moment matters. Because it shows that how you respond can completely change the narrative. And in this case, it changed everything. Instead of fueling speculation, it ended it. Instead of creating division, it brought people together. Instead of confusion, it gave clarity. And most importantly, it reinforced something that ARMY has always believed in, that these connections are real, and they deserve to be respected. And you can see it now in the way people are talking about it. Not with tension, but with admiration. Not with doubt, but with confidence. Because moments like this don't just pass by. They stay. They become part of the story. Part of the journey. And if you've been following BTS for a long time, you know exactly what I mean. These aren't just artists. These are individuals who have grown up in front of us. Who have faced pressure, expectations, and constant scrutiny, and still continue to show authenticity. Still continue to be themselves. And Jungkook's response here? It's another reminder of that. A reminder that maturity isn't about being perfect. It's about how you handle imperfection. It's about how you respond when things don't go as expected. And in this case, he handled it in a way that didn't just protect himself, but also protected the people around him. That's leadership. That's growth. That's something worth recognizing. So, yeah, this started as a moment of shock. A comment that made people pause. But it turned into something much bigger. A moment of pride. A moment of clarity. A moment that reminded everyone why this fandom is still so strong, and why these artists continue to inspire. And now I want to hear from you guys. What did you feel when you saw Jungkook's response? Did it surprise you? Did it make you proud? Or did it just confirm what you already believed about him? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this is exactly the kind of conversation that keeps this community alive. And if you enjoyed this video, if you felt something while watching this, don't forget to hit that like button because it really helps the channel grow. Subscribe if you haven't already, and be part of this journey with us because we're going to keep talking about moments like this, the ones that matter, the ones that stay. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.